Well, hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. I'm Corny Swiss, and today I'm driving around the T-34 STZ in a realistic game on Kursk, and it's Conquest, so the cap is way down there. And initially I thought this was unbalanced, but I don't know. I don't think it really was. But anyway, before we get into the gameplay as I'm casually driving around, I guess just to maybe update on the next week, what I'll be doing, and any suspicious gaps you might notice. So on Saturday, I'll be leaving to go on a little vacation with my parents and my family and the girlfriend, and I'm pretty excited for that. Should be really fun. Going to new places, doing new things, seeing new stuff. All pretty exciting to me. So I'll be gone from Saturday until Wednesday, and then either Thursday or Friday I'm leaving to drive back up to go get settled to my place for the summer while I wait to start my internship on June 1st. So a lot of big things happening. Getting excited. You know, I guess this is kind of the first, I guess, quote-unquote real job I've had. It's not that I haven't worked, but I've never done like an office job, or I've never done like your sort of traditional 9 to 5. Most of the things I did weren't 9 to 5, were more odd hours, and debatable if they're jobs. For example, I cut grass for the last couple summers, and except it wasn't like I was riding around the mower. I was working for a guy who rode around on the mower, and I did all the weed whacking and edging and leaf blowing and cleaning up and things like that. So pretty hard work, but not a 9 to 5. You know, and then honestly, I've on my resume and things like that, I've listed the YouTube channel as a kind of gainful employment, you know, because when you really get down to it, it kind of is. I put a lot of time into this most of the time when I can. I put as much time in as I can, I should say. Not 9 to 5, but, you know, sometimes it's more work than others. So, I don't know. It's interesting, but, you know, a 9 to 5 job is in an office is a little bit of a different beast, and I guess I'm a little anxious, maybe apprehensive about it, but you know, I'm also excited because I mean, this is kind of the way the world is. I mean, I especially expect to spend my working life in offices and things like that, so yeah, I guess I'm excited. Experiencing new things, should be around a lot of good people, so excited for that. But if you haven't noticed in this game, because we'll get back to the gameplay now, because that was a long tangent I didn't mean to take. Notice, now this is a lot of long-range shooting here, and you would have noticed that, and I've done it in previous videos, and I've even mentioned it slightly, how I've set up my crosshairs, how I've basically set them to a distance, which makes acquiring targets and maintaining my sights on those targets much easier. Now that was unfortunate. I'm in the T-34 STZ, like I said, which means it's going to be very difficult for him to kill me frontally, but he is managing it. I think what's happening is he's penetrating my turret, and now he's going to stop hitting my turret like a good boy, and can hit my upper hull where it's going to be difficult for him to penetrate, just like that. And he, for some reason, has not moved, even though my turret drive has been destroyed. And there you go. Now, I am taking hits from all kinds of things. There's actually a Stug 105, I believe, out there, who I'm not angled very well for. Partly because I didn't know he was there. I saw him very early in the match, but I didn't know he was there, and I wasn't really planning for him. That was a big hit. That was definitely the 105. That's a tank I'm kind of excited to get. I'm generally not a fan of the Stugs, mainly because they have such an obvious and exploitable weak spot, that driver's hatch. You know, it's the only flat bit of armor on the tank, and if you hit it, you basically knock the tank out because it just guts you from, you know, stem to stern. You know, I guess using naval terms because I've been playing a lot of World of Warships. But now he can definitely kill me if he penetrates, but his issue might be that I don't think he may not be able to penetrate my upper plate at this range or this angle. But I'm using my sight control there. It's a setting it's a key binding rather, that you can do in the options menu under tank controls. I think it's called distance control, and I set mine up to Z and X. Z increases the distance I'm shooting at, so moves the crosshair down. X pushes it back up. So a lot of times when I'm doing this, my first shot will be a ranging shot with no adjustment, and depending on its fall, well, while it's falling, I'll be moving my crosshair down, and then if it hits short, I just keep pushing down a little bit more. If it goes long, I push it back up, you know, and basically it helps you zero in targets, and it's a really, really nice tool. Now the Stug just got knocked out from the side by a friendly, and I think I'm going to take a tangent to talk about something that is completely insignificant but actually somewhat matters to me. The combat messages. For some reason in the most recent patch, they just got more confusing, and I don't know why. Did they switch the orders? Like the, I mean, it's something I've adjusted to since, but I remember when the 1.70.1945 patch came out, I was thrown for a loop. I was like, wait, who killed who? Wait, what? You know, and then I figured it out, but that threw me for a loop. So, tangent over. We're not going to talk about that anymore. What needs to happen now, and what's happening in general, is we've done a number on their team, right? We all need to start pushing forward. We have probably double the number of machines they do. I mean, I haven't died yet. I certainly have enough points to respawn, so it's entirely possible we have triple, even quadruple the number of machines available to fight, and we hold the zone. So they're basically stuffed. There's very little they can do at this point. The best thing to do now, and their top player has already left, is to just drive it home and get these tanks on the move. Something the T-34E STZ is pretty good at, because when it's advancing on a position, you can use that front armor. You know, the T-34E is a really good tank in my opinion, but it does suffer from the fact that, I think that was a nice shot by the way, it does suffer from the fact that its advantage is its side armor. Now that's great if you have a chance to angle the armor, but if you're advancing on someone, you generally want to be going straight, you know, or if you're advancing to a general location, you'll be going straight, and if you don't know where the enemy are, it's entirely possible they might take advantage of your weaker front armor, which granted isn't that weak. 45mm sloped back at something like 60 degrees. It's probably less. I think it's 55, but we'll say 60 because I'm not sure. So, I mean, that's significant. That's a significant task, but, you know, there are guns that can deal with that at its battle rating. So, something I do like about the STZ is you can push forward onto positions and have a lot less fear about your frontal armor. And you still have the ability to angle, because it's a T-34. It has 45mm of side armor that's sloped back, so you can still pull off angling. I need to look at the effective thicknesses and see if you can actually manage similar armor values between the two E variants, but that's for another time. But we're pushing up, we're holding the zone. There's very little they can do at this point. We have a vice grip on their one spawn, which, you know, is going to be difficult for them to break out of. They have lots of planes in the air, which is always sad when I'm driving a tank with a slow turret, well, not a slow turret traverse, but a slow vertical drive, and not a 50 cal. 50 cals are really great in this situation. I'm also just terrible at trying to hit planes. I know hitting planes with the main cannon is basically luck in my opinion, except when they come flying straight at you. But you know, it's certainly not easy. But while we're casually driving around looking for things to shoot at, I think, well, I guess we'll just lay out everything I've talked about, because partly to remind myself everything I have to do. Tomorrow and Friday, I'll be working, well, this video's going out on Thursday, so Thursday and Friday I'll be working really hard to hopefully get videos uploaded in a position so that they can be scheduled, and hopefully we won't have any gaps of service due to me being a little shit throughout the little vacation I'm taking. I only expect 1 or 2 days of disruption when I have to move, but I think I'll be able to manage that. If not, we'll only miss like 1 day. So I'm gonna try. It's entirely possible we might move to an every other day schedule just for while I'm on vacation. Phil will be around though. He'll be around on the weekend, but then he's actually meeting my parents in Chicago after my parents are going on like a world tour with my sister, so they're gonna be meeting up, having a little vacation, and so he'll be doing that late next week, but hopefully he'll be able to get some videos put together for over the weekend that can cover the early part of next week. If not a big deal. We'll go to an every other day schedule, whatever, doesn't matter. In terms of videos you can expect, I have a tank review that I need to finish. I have the clips for, I just have to put it all together and finalize my thoughts and do lots of weird things. But that's a thing. I will be posting World of Warships videos, primarily because it's something I've been playing. Just because I'm having a lot of fun with it, and U.S. battleships got implemented, and I really like the U.S. battleships. I think they're a lot of fun. Also been playing around with destroyers a lot, and those are a lot of fun too. But suffice to say, it'll be a mix of content from primarily War Thunder and World of Warships. Probably more War Thunder, hopefully, but no worse than half and half. So I guess something to look forward to, or something to dread, depending on how you feel about it. Oop. I'd like to think I tried to save him, but I might have doomed him there. Oh well. Happens. He was toast anyway, I think. But if we miss a day with videos, just, you know, that's why. There you go. Gonna be away from home, away from my computer, away from games, and mostly from YouTube. I haven't decided if I'm going to schedule everything before I leave, or schedule everything while I'm on the go, just so I can kind of manage what's going out, see what Phil's doing, and then adjust the schedule based on that. But we'll say though, the scheduling part of YouTube, the fact that I can schedule videos, like most videos I schedule for noon, the day I want them to go up, and they go up and it's super nice. But anyway, enough of that ramble. Thanks for watching. I've been Corny Swiss. I'll see you next time.